About 17 years ago, GMC introduced a new 3-row unibody crossover to their lineup called the Acadia. Now, this vehicle was perfect for families who were looking for a vehicle that wasn't quite as big as the Yukon, and for 2024, there's an all-new version. I'm here on the show floor of the 2023 Detroit International Auto Show, and now that we're finally seeing the all-new Acadia in person, let's go ahead and take a first look. Hey guys, before we get started with the review, I want to give a brief shout out to the sponsor of this video, Keeps. Now, what exactly is Keeps? Well, they're an online subscription service that provides doctor-recommended hair loss treatment plans. Because they are online, they offer 24/7 support and proven results. Now, I personally would know this because I've been using Keeps for a few years now, and let me tell you, it's one of the best products out there that allows you to keep the hair while you still have it left on your head. The other great thing about Keeps is I have a pretty busy lifestyle, and it's super easy to fit this product into my daily routine. Every day I take this one small pill, and then twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, I use this mousse in my hair, and as I said earlier, it's just super easy to fit into my daily life. So what are you waiting for, guys? Hair loss stops now with Keeps, and to get a special offer, be sure to go to keeps.com/redline. That's KEEPS.com/redline. And now, let's get back to the video. So before we start talking about the beautiful new styling of the all-new Acadia, I thought I'd pop the hood and show you guys what's powering this thing. Now, the previous generation Acadia offered two different engines, a turbo 4-cylinder and a naturally aspirated V6. Those have been replaced by an all-new 2.5-liter direct injection turbocharged V6. This is actually the same engine family as the 2.7 turbo 4-cylinder from the vehicles like the compact trucks like the Chevrolet Colorado and the GMC Canyon. In this application in the Acadia, this 4-cylinder turbo makes 328 horsepower and 326 pound-feet of torque. That's a little bit more power versus this car's platform mate, which is the also brand new 2024 Chevrolet Traverse. It all goes out through an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is actually interesting because GM also has a 9-speed auto, but GMC tells us that the 8-speed was just the better application for this. In terms of fuel economy, we don't have those figures just yet, although GMC is saying it's going to be better versus the old V6. They did say this model here will tow a maximum of 5,000 pounds, which is an important number, especially for those of you who are looking to buy this vehicle as a family/tow vehicle. You can take it between either front-wheel drive or the company's twin-clutch all-wheel drive system, which they offer several different versions of all-wheel drive, depending on if you guys want to go for the Denali that I'm showing you here or the AT4. I don't have the final curb weight figures yet, but this vehicle is significantly larger, so I expect it to be heavier versus the previous generation. Let's go ahead and close up the hood, and you can take a look at this model in person. Now, I have to say, GMC has really been killing it for me in terms of the exterior design, and that's no different for the all-new Acadia. Unlike the previous generation, which was much smaller and kind of had like a minivan crossover look to it, this looks a lot to me like a Yukon, which is a great place to start. The Yukon is one of the best-selling large truck-based SUVs in the segment. You can see the Denali trim has its own unique kind of bright finish satin chrome on the actual GMC grille. It's got the big GMC logo there in red, which looks great front and center. The headlights have that kind of C-shaped design that you see from the trucks, like the Sierra and the Sierra HD. It's got full LEDs, LED daytime running light, a C-shaped LED daytime running light, and turn signal as well. Down here you can see no actual fog lights, it looks like, but I also love the fact that you have kind of the bright satin chrome accents. If you guys don't like the look of the chrome, right over there is the AT4 trim. It's the first ever AT4 for the Acadia. It gives you more black accents along with the red tow hooks. This is going to be the more off-road oriented model where the suspension is actually lifted by an inch to give you, again, more off-road capability along with all-terrain tires, so that's really important. Now let me go ahead and show you guys this rest of the profile here on the Denali. This color is called Downpour Metallic. I love this blue with the white leather interior. Typically you see Denalis and they're shown in black, but I have to say I love how GMC decided to be different by showing it in blue. In terms of the dimensions, you can see it has a more squared off design, and it really shows off the new proportions because GMC says this new Acadia is around 10.5 inches longer than the prior generation, which means this car is roughly around 204 inches long. Its wheelbase is also 8.4 inches longer overall, which means it has a just shy of 121 inch long wheelbase. So before, if you guys remember the old Acadia, that was always the smaller sibling to the Traverse. Now this is the same size as the all-new Traverse, so it's going to give you a lot more interior space, a lot more size and presence to it. It looks, again, more like a Yukon versus an Acadia. Now looking at the wheels, you can see You can take your pick between either, I believe, an 18 all the way up to a 22-inch wheel. This is the first time we're seeing a 22-inch wheel on the Acadia. It looks fantastic with the polished finish. The AT4 over there has the 18-inch wheel, all-terrain tires. You can see it's a 275 width by 45 Continental all-season tires. So a massive wheel, massive brakes, all independent suspension. You can also get their adaptive dampers, although no air suspension from what I understand. Looking at the rest of the profile here, you can see very traditional boxy look. I love the chrome. Actually, it goes well with this downpour metallic. You have the Denali badge over here, and then you can see over here, you have these large mirrors, which are going to give you, or large windows, which are going to give you good visibility from the rear seat. Now, looking at the back of the new Acadia, I have to say I love the styling. I like the way it looks in the front, but I think the rear is what really does it for me. I love the new C-shaped design to the full LED taillight. You can see it's got this kind of black portion here where it says Denali on the back, and there's also no GMC badge here. I actually like the fact that it says Denali. The GMC badge has been repositioned to down over here. I love this black piece that kind of connects the two taillights together, and then down over here you can see more satin chrome along the rear bumper treatment, but you also see quad outlet exhaust. Love the fact that GMC is doing a quad outlet exhaust. It's actually standard on every version of the Acadia. It gives it a sporty, premium, upscale look. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the design. This model here also has a tow hitch behind this actual cover here, but I really think that GMC nailed it. I think this is one of the best looking three-row unibody SUVs in the segment. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the cargo area. Now I don't have final cargo figures just yet. Now you can see here, this is going to come standard with 3 rows of seats. The seats themselves, they have a power folding mechanism. So if you push a button over here, you can see the seats will come back up, and they're electric on the Denali trim, which is definitely a nice touch. This cargo area here is going to be, should be around the biggest in the segment. Now, like I mentioned earlier, 20-ish cubic feet is basically where you want to be to actually have space for 7 people and all their stuff. This vehicle will seat up to 8. Underneath here, what surprised me, check out how deep that underfloor cargo area is. That's a great little hidden storage compartment. You can put groceries here. You can put stuff that may roll around, which is a great touch. If you fold down everything, I remember the old Traverse had a little over 100 cubic feet. I wouldn't be surprised to see this model here, once GMC gives us the final figures, have something along those lines. Really, vehicles to beat would be like the Grand Highlander. That also has really a lot of cargo space, the new Explorer as well. But remember, if you guys want a lot of space in the trunk area, this model here and the Traverse are probably the ones you want to look at. So the exterior of the new GMC Acadia looks fantastic. However, when you get inside the interior, this is where GMC, especially on this Denali trim, is going to remind you that they are a premium brand, and they're really taking this claim seriously. Just check out the way the all-new interior looks for this Acadia. You can see the Denali has its own unique look to the interior, this kind of two-tone look with the beige or the white seats with the contrasting brown and like the contrasting stitching, the diamond quilting, the Denali badge. These seats are also heated and ventilated. I believe they adjust in like 12 different ways at least. You have 2-person memory. They just look fantastic, especially with the downpour blue exterior color. The rest of the dash, you can see, has a new design along with a new infotainment system. This is a 15-inch display oriented in a tablet style, which is actually different versus what Chevrolet does on the Traverse. The Traverse has like a 17.7-inch display, so slightly larger, but I actually kind of like the look of this. It looks a little bit more upscale, looks a little bit more unique. In terms of the door panels, you can see there's this really nice soft padded leather on the upper portion. There's some genuine wood trim, some aluminum trim. The Bose premium sound system also has these beautiful metal speaker covers. The window controls have all new controls. They have a nice high quality feel. They're metal accented, padded over here where you'd rest your elbow and such. So it's a really nice feeling design. You can see the steering wheel itself has a power tilt and telescoping design. You can also see the little status bar here. This vehicle is also available with Super Cruise. And then you have an all-digital 12-inch display over here that goes with a 15-inch display over here. This has the latest Android-based operating system. And I believe, from what I hear, this actually does still have Apple CarPlay. I know GMC and GM announced they were getting rid of CarPlay. However, this does still have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so it's good to see that GMC is still including that. There's also a heads-up display. There's some beautiful soft touch leather here on the upper portion of the dash, on this portion over here. Even over here on the airbag cover, it's covered in a soft touch material. And down here you can see this is also nice and padded. The glove compartment you can see is a bin style. It's damped but not lined with felt. Remember, this is a very early pre-production car. There are also some toggles here which I can't see what they control because the screen is off. I'll have to wait until I can actually show you guys a model that's actually functioning. This is a very early pre-production car. You can see actually the screen came on there, but I'm having trouble getting this screen to come on. So we'll have to show you guys that at another time. You can see there's a wireless phone charging pad here. You have 2 USB charging ports. You have this nice little lid that covers this area here with, again, really nice high quality genuine wood. You have some cup holders over here with the metallic accents. You have a padded center console here. Open this up, you can see it's pretty deep actually. You have your USB navigation card slot over there. No power outlets here. They're actually over here in the center console. Above me, you can see big big sunroof, panoramic roof. I don't know if it's standard on the Denali, but you can see it lets in a lot of light. I love how open and airy this cabin feels as well. You have a frameless auto-dimming rearview mirror, and I believe this car also will have the digital camera rearview mirror. So it has all the features that I expect from a modern family, a three-row crossover SUV, but it also has some luxury touches in here that would seriously give Cadillac a run for its money. But let's go ahead and hop into the backseat area of this car, because it does have captain's chairs. Now you can get this vehicle to seat up to 8 people, which is important for those of you who again need that capability. But once I get back here, I don't have final legroom figures just yet, but you can see the seats do have the ability to kind of slide forward and back. This is with the seat all the way back. You can see, wow, there's a ton of space. I'd estimate this is a little over 40 inches of total legroom, which is great. The captain's chairs, again, kind of give you the same kind of comfort you feel from the front seats. You have the same soft touch leather on the door panels in the back here. You have some genuine wood padding over here, which is all really nice. Still metal speaker covers for the Bose Performance Series audio system. Over here, you can see you have your own set of rear seat climate controls. You have heated rear seats, 3-level heated rear seats. I'm surprised to see no ventilated seats. You can get that on some competitors like the Mazda CX-90 and the Toyota Grand Highlander. You also have a power outlet, 2 USB-C charging ports, cup holders, storage compartments over here. And then in terms of the headroom space, there's actually a good amount of headroom space for somebody my height. Again, I'm not very tall, I'm 5'7". And then you can also kind of recline this seat back if you'd like to get a little bit more comfortable. But let's go ahead and hop into the third row of this vehicle, which you can do by obviously cutting through the center over here, but you can also get back here by just pushing this button over here. There's actually a button on the back of the seat, which Rob's probably gonna, oh, Rob found it. He also found it at the bottom. There's actually a button over there at the bottom, which you can also find back here. But once you get back here, you can see the space. This is with the seat all the way back, which actually, it's actually a pretty good amount. Now, I don't have the final legroom figures yet, but this is pretty comparable to something like the Kia Telluride, the Honda Pilot, the Hyundai Palisade. You can see vents are going to be located in the ceiling, which is the same thing for the second row. You also have a USB-C charging port. It's all kind of hard touch plastic, but again, those big windows back here allow you to have a little bit more visibility. You can see there's also plenty of space here for the middle passenger if you guys need to sit a middle person over here. But overall, again, if you're looking for one of the most family-friendly vehicles, this model here, along with several other competitors, offers a ton of space, but I really like what GMC has done here with the interior of the new Acadia. So in case you guys aren't quite the fan of all the chrome and satin trim that you find on the Denali, the AT4 trim is a first ever for the Acadia, and you can see it looks a lot like the GMC Sierra pickup truck in terms of the front fascia. You have kind of black accents here for the grille as opposed to the chrome. You have the red tow hooks. Again, those are the recovery hooks for those of you who plan to go off-roading. And overall, it still has the same full LED headlights. In this white exterior, it also looks pretty good. I especially love it with the red trim. Around the side profile, you can see you've got those 18-inch wheels on those Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tires. The extra inch of ground clearance also lifts this vehicle up and gives it more capability. You also have the cladding here, which is unpainted, which gives it more of a rugged look along with the black painted side mirror. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys prefer the AT4 or the Denali. I think both look fantastic. Me personally, I actually like all the chrome trim on the Denali, which kind of surprised me. But overall, if you guys are looking to get your hands on the brand new 2024 GMC Acadia vehicle, or GMC says production is going to start sometime in the spring of next year. So you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. And obviously they weren't quite ready to talk about pricing just yet, but let's talk about the previous generation, which currently starts at just over $38,000, which again is on the higher end of the segment, but GMC is more of a premium brand. I'm going to estimate this car when it goes on sale should start in the low $40,000 range. Obviously we have no idea what the AT4 is going to be priced at, but don't be surprised to see the Denali version of this vehicle at least be around the high $50,000 to $60,000 range because of all the luxury, all the technology, all the additional space, and the additional capability. This is going to be one of the top vehicles for me in the three-row family SUV segment, and I'm really happy to see the direction that GMC is going. For Redline Reviews here at the 2023 Detroit International Auto Show, I'm Sofyan Bey.